Every time a war starts, gas prices shoot up.
But why? I don't even live near the war.
That's the interesting part. You could be thousands of miles away and still end up paying for that war. Let me show you how. Part 1. Oil runs the global economy.
Before we talk about war, why is oil such a big deal anyway?
Because oil powers almost everything. Cars and trucks run on fuel. Planes depend on jet fuel. Ships transport goods using diesel. Factories need energy to operate. So when oil becomes more expensive, transportation becomes more expensive. And when transportation becomes expensive,
Everything else becomes expensive too.
exactly. That's why oil is often called the lifeblood of the global economy. Part 2. Wars create supply fear.
But how exactly does war affect oil supply?
There are two big reasons. First, many of the world's largest oil producers are located in politically sensitive regions, especially the Middle East. Second, wars create uncertainty. Even if oil production hasn't stopped yet, markets fear that it might. And when supply looks uncertain, prices rise immediately.
So it's partly panic?
Exactly. Oil markets react very quickly to risk. Part 3. The Iran-Israel example.
So is that happening right now with the Iran-Israel conflict?
Yes, that's a perfect example. The tension in the region has raised concerns about the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important oil routes in the world. Roughly 20% of global oil supply passes through this narrow waterway. If shipping there gets disrupted, a huge portion of global oil supply could be affected. In fact, during the current conflict, oil prices surged past $100 per barrel as markets feared supply disruptions. Part 4. Shipping and insurance costs rise.
Okay, but even if oil still flows, why do prices still rise?
Because wars make transportation more expensive. During conflicts, shipping routes become dangerous. Insurance for oil tankers increases. Companies avoid certain regions. Supply chains slow down. All of this increases the cost of delivering oil, and those costs eventually show up at the gas pump. Part 5. Traders and speculation.
So markets react before the actual shortage happens?
Exactly. Oil is traded globally in financial markets. Traders buy and sell oil futures based on what they think will happen. If they expect supply to drop in the future, they start buying oil contracts now. That pushes prices higher, even before any real shortage occurs. Part 6. Why gas prices rise for everyone.
So how does that affect someone filling their car with gas?
Here's the chain reaction. War leads to oil supply fear, which leads to oil prices rise. Oil prices rise leads to fuel becomes expensive. Fuel becomes expensive leads to transportation costs rise. Transportation costs rise leads to everything becomes more expensive. So even if the war happens far away, the economic effects spread worldwide.
So the real reason wars push gas prices up isn't just the fighting itself.
Exactly. It's the risk to oil supply, the disruption of trade routes, and the reaction of global markets. And that's why understanding how the global economy works matters. If you want more simple explanations about money, economics, and how the system really works, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.